So I wanted to share with you guys my first Gladiator towing experience. Right now we have, I would estimate, between 3,700 and 4,000 pounds behind the Gladiator. Right now it is a single axle trailer with a 18.5 foot, how big is it? 22 foot aluminum inboard fishing boat. It is a Starcraft Islander. And I'm just trying to show what the 3.6 is like with 410s. I really like the 410s. I will say, though, the gearing for 7th to 8th, I've noticed that, like empty even, I would even like to have more. It works just fine, but just to use that 8th a little bit more often. So we'll drop up here, I'm sure, to the next gear in just a second. There we go. Yeah, so it performs just fine. And 4,000 pounds behind this thing, it is rated for 7. We will definitely approach its rating at some point. The truck isn't overly bouncy. It didn't squat overly a whole lot in the picture that you're going to see or that you've already seen. It's probably going to make it look like it's squatting a lot more than it is. The hitch is an adjustable hitch, and I put it a little bit low. When we hooked up to it, I was on a little bit of an angle on the snowbank that was outside my shop. And then the truck was at a little bit of an angle as well. So I kind of artificially hooked it up in a goofy way. And when I got it outside and looked at it on flat ground, I was like, boy, shame on you. You know better. But the frame is mostly flat, but it is angled forward just a smidge. It is a single axle trailer with no brakes, so not having a trailer brake controller is not an issue. I'm surprised, though, with something, the Mojave is a little bit of an equivalent of the Max Tow Gladiator. And I don't think the Max Tow Gladiator comes with a factory trailer brake integration either. So I will at some point probably add a trailer brake controller to this. I'm going to do a little bit of looking to see what they have. I have an enclosed trailer, a 14 or 16 foot long V-nose enclosed trailer that has dual axles with brakes. It will be nice to have that trailer brake control on it, but for a boat like this, wait a minute, does this have trailer brakes or no? No. So I just wanted to clarify, it's my buddy's boat. A lot of single axle boats don't have trailer brakes, and the reason is because a lot of people are towing them with lighter duty vehicles that don't come with trailer brake controllers, and therefore if they gave you a setup that has a trailer brake, then they're going to feel compelled to go out and buy a trailer brake controller. And being that this is a little bit older boat, it's a 84. Back then, things are a little bit more lenient. I'm pretty sure if you go to Bass Pro or anywhere else looking at boats these days, or whatever your boat dealer is local to you, you're going to see single axle trailer setups that have trailer brakes installed on them already. It's just because we live in a little bit different time period where that's an expectation rather than a convenience. Is it a problem? I will compliment really quickly the Gladiator, and by the way, this tank is 16.8 miles a gallon. Someone's probably looking at that and saying, wow. Keep in mind that this is a tank average for 45 miles, which is a short duration. We're only towing the boat a couple miles, so it's not like this is a 16.8 mile a gallon vehicle with a boat behind it. That would be a very false statement. However, with careful driving, as you can see, we're able to have some pretty decent fuel economy. As we're getting on the brakes right now to turn left, it is, we're going to have to come to a complete stop because of an oncoming car. And we're going to make sure that we don't have any action behind us. The upgraded brakes that the Mojave has are really nice to have. So I very much appreciate and like a lot of the things that the Mojave package gives you. It works extremely well as we're going up a little bit of a hill here on a dirt road. The 3.6 does not have any issues. I mean, it just threw an upshift in to keep it down at below 2,000 RPM. It is a very capable vehicle. If you're a weekend warrior that's going to tow your bass boat, your pontoon boat, your four-wheeler trailer, your snowmobile setup, your jet ski trailer, I mean, just any of these sub 7,000 pound setups, I would not be afraid at all of a 3.6. I like 3.6s. They have good bottom end and mid range, and they do really come alive top end when you're getting on the throttle, especially paired with this 8-speed. I love the CF8, and everything that it's in, it is an advantage and an upgrade to have it along. So definitely highly recommend that. Really like the 410 gears and this Mojave setup. I wouldn't want less if I was, and keep in mind the Max Tow 3.6 Gladiator is going to also come with 410s. I wouldn't want 373s with the 3.8 or 3.6 in any application at all, at least Jeep-wise or whatever. I would definitely want to have what the Rubicon is giving you. Those 321s that are stock in like a Sahara and things like that, a Sport, they leave a little bit to be desired, and especially once you start running a 33 and especially a 35, like empty. It's going to start showing its limitations. I want to bring to light something really quick. I don't know of any way to display what gear I'm in. A lot of people are using these 8 speeds, and they have no idea what gear they're in. And I'm not sure if Bob can comment if his Ram 1500 with an 8-speed displays what gear he's in at all times. It does, okay. Well, I haven't figured out how to show it on this. And I think a lot of people are buying these vehicles, a Wrangler or a Gladiator, and they have no idea what RPM or what gear ratio they're running at a given speed and a given RPM. Keep in mind that you're buying an 8-speed. I would recommend that you have a gear ratio that allows you to use all 8 speeds at reasonable speeds in the application that you're using it for. In a vehicle, this comes with 33-inch tires, and it is made to do a wide range of speeds, including up to highway speeds. I would want to be able to use 8th gear somewhere around 55 here in Michigan, especially because the common speed limit for our highways is 55. If it was geared in such a way that you weren't able to utilize 8th gear at 55 miles an hour, which is borderline at 410s, if you have a 373 truck or a 321 vehicle, you are definitely not going to be using 8th gear at 55 miles an hour unless you're going downhill. So keep that in mind. And even then, you may not have that be the case because your RPM is going to be fairly low. When you have a double overdrive transmission, which is what the ZF8 is, I would want to use all the gears all the time. And of course, if you have like Bob's Hemi with a whole lot more torque, it's going to allow you to run that higher gear at a lower engine RPM. I believe I've seen your truck run at 1,000, 1,200 RPM, right? It'll just cruise around it really low. You're not going to do that as easily in a 3.6, especially if you have any kind of headwind, any kind of hill, any kind of whatever. So highly recommend if you guys are buying Jeeps to keep these things in mind and to select a package that's going to work for you. If you know you're going to put bigger tires on, you may want to consider a Willys package that allows you to get a 373 gear or a 410 option so that you're ready to take on a full 33-inch tire or a 35 and be a lot more comfortable with it. And especially if you're going to tow, definitely consider the Gladiator Max Tow package. It's the kin to the Mojave. Of course, the Mojave has other off-road upgrades, but it's sharing axles with the Max Tow, which is what is so cool about the Max Tow. If you don't need to have the full-on off-road capability that having the lockers and whatever and the fancy suspension and the frame reinforcements, there's a lot of great things about the Mojave. But the Max Tow is going to really give you the things that you need to have to enjoy a Gladiator, which in my opinion is an excellent mid-size truck to its fullest potential if you are someone who is also doing towing. And definitely try and select that factory tow package up front so that you have it already instead of trying to put it on later on. So I hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful, whatever you would call this, Christmas break here as I'm swinging into Bob's driveway here. Look at that beautiful tight swing. I love the Gladiator, and I highly recommend it to you all if you are looking for that combination of a mid-size truck. And we will do a lot more videos on this Gladiator. If you want to see more on using and enjoying the Gladiator, please make sure to subscribe and also let me know what you want to see me do with this truck and share with you guys on YouTube. Take care all and have a great day.